This video is brought to you by Fallen Dominion Studios. Check out their website at fallendominionstudios.com. Hey there, everybody. Welcome back to the Dice Odyssey. I'm Kaz, and I'm sitting here with Phil Loyer and Brad Ellis of Wyvern Games. And they have brought some goodies here to show us tonight. We're going to be talking about an upcoming Kickstarter coming up pretty soon, right?
Yep, you bet.
All right. And I guess we're just going to get it right into it. Want to talk to them about, a little bit about what their experience is in the gaming industry, just to give you an idea of who they are, to get to know them a little better, and to understand who you're getting into if you decide to back the Kickstarter. Because these two guys, we've put some reviews up of some of their Kickstarters in the past, or some of their games. Anyway, we've reviewed Onami, which we really like. We reviewed Short Order Hero, and I think that's been it so far.
Yeah.
But we've really enjoyed what they've had. So, like I say, I'm just going to give it over to them here in a minute. But number one question on everybody's mind probably is going to be, what got you into the gaming industry? Number one.
So for me, it's I don't remember a time when I wasn't. From when I was a little kid, I used to love going to my grandparents and playing Monopoly with them and stuff like that, and chess as well. And over time, been involved into I've met a bunch of people that play Dungeons and Dragons, and played with them for a number of years. And then I moved to New Orleans,
Right.
and that's when I met him.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's where that phone number Shreveport kept coming up on my phone.
Well,
Yeah, and for me, actually, Phil really got me into it. Before that, I wouldn't even say I was a casual gamer. I was just a occasional gamer. And then Phil introduced me to D&D 3.5 at the time.
How long ago was that?
still the best edition.
Oh, it was Living Greyhawk.
Living Greyhawk.
Yeah.
Yeah. How long ago was this? Years?
2003,
Yeah.
2004, somewhere in that
Okay.
neighborhood.
Okay. All right. And so you really got into it from Dungeons and Dragons, then?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Wow. A lot of people I know will probably be happy to hear that, because there's several Dungeons and Dragons fans on there that I know of.
Yeah.
It's funny. My co-host Brian, I don't know if you've seen him on any of my videos, the other one, but he actually used to be a dungeon master, and he can't stand Lords of Waterdeep just because he's like, it's not Dungeons and Dragons, man. I'm objective cards and all that. He hates it. So, but anyway, so basically, this is their string of games here. What we're going to be talking about tonight is Cthulhu, a deck building game, right?
Yep.
Well, no. This is the expansion. Talking about the expansion, which is Cthulhu, the Horror in Dunwich.
But this is going to be an expansion of this.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Okay, so that's what we're going to be highlighting. We got this game right here. Now, tell me a little bit about this game, because I haven't had a chance to look into this one myself yet. Give me some details on it, when it funded and all that good stuff, when the Kickstarter was.
When did it fund?
When did it fund? It was about 3 years ago now, or maybe 2.5.
Okay.
Because it funded, I believe, if my memory serves me correctly, at the end of February.
Okay.
About 2.5 years ago. And then we released it in August of that year.
Yeah, at Gen Con.
At Gen Con, yeah. And we sold about 200 or 300 copies at Gen Con, nobody knowing who we were or anything.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
That was a fun thing.
Yeah.
So it's a 1 to 6 player cooperative deck building game.
Mm-hmm.
You play with your buddies to try to defeat the elder gods, or at least banish them from this plane of existence, if you will.
I do like the artwork on this. Mind if I open this up?
Absolutely. Yeah.
I'm gonna do it. It's my channel. I don't care. Oh wow, man, look at this.
So,
how do you get this thing out? Just pull it straight up.
So first of all, this has both the expansion and the original in it.
That's a massive amount of cards. Puts Fallen Land on notice. I thought they had a lot of cards. Wow.
The total should be around 900 poker-sized cards.
Wow.
Between the original and the expansion.
Wow. Okay. So you're actually, how many expansions are already in here right now? Just one extra?
Just one extra. And the expansion's also standalone.
Okay.
So you don't need the original one to play it.
Okay. Cool.
But you can combine both of them together for some really strange effects.
Oh, I'm sure. Lovecraft, man.
Yep.
It always is weird.
And you get to play. This is the investigators.
Okay.
There's actually, how many did we finally ship?
There's 22 in the original.
There's 22 in the original, and we've got
11 more.
11 more planned currently.
Cool.
But we may add more content based on stretch goals and stuff like that.
Nice.
But basically, you have a backstory. You have a special ability.
Yeah.
You have your own health and sanity depending on the different type of characters. We've got these special
Beat me to it.
sliders that fit onto the actual.
Oh, okay, and they kind of track everything.
They track your health and everything along the way.
Nice. Let's see that. Very nice. I like that artwork. Actually, it's really nice. Okay, cool. So tell me a little bit about what's coming into the actual expansion. I mean, as if it needed more expansions, my goodness. But yeah, tell me what's coming in the actual expansion itself.
Well, Brad's always made fun of me because the first time around I said, I want lots of content. And he's like, we don't need to do all this. And I finally won him over to my side. But
yeah, he usually wins.
Yeah, absolutely. It's always fun to make games mix it up a bit and make them even more fun, right? I love more content.
To be clear, he's the creative on this. I'm the business side of the equation of the company.
Right.
So I'm always trying to keep him in check. He's always the one trying to go crazy.
Oh, I hear you, man. I hear you. I always need to be kept in check as well. I'd lose my sanity.
So that's
this is nice.
That's an add-on. That doesn't come with the game.
I'm sorry, I got your hopes up.
That's a separate add-on.
Would this be possibly in the expansion?
it definitely will be.
Okay, well, never mind. Let me just go ahead and show you again.
It'll be an add-on, though, in the expansion.
Is that a right side up?
Yeah.
I like that. Look at that. It's just a place to keep all your cards, basically?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. So it's kind of a game aid. Allows you to lay things out properly.
Halloween time, y'all. Halloween. Oh, by the way, when's the Kickstarter going to be going up?
Good segue there. October 3rd.
I didn't know that. I really didn't. That's perfect timing, man. That's close to my birthday, too.
So we're actually looking to end it right before Halloween. So we're going to try to capture that month.
Awesome. Yeah, well, this would be the time, right? Everybody's like, oh, I got to get something scary or disgusting looking around Halloween. Let me get into that. Lovecraft's perfect for it. All right, and so what makes this expansion or this Kickstarter any different from any other deck builders?
Well, in most deck builders, you have two different resources. You have a resource to buy things with, and you have a resource to attack things with.
Right.
For a little bit more of a unique experience and a trade-off, the resource used to buy things and attack with is the same resource.
Oh, okay.
So
it's called Moxie.
It's called Moxie.
Okay.
So you have to balance between what you buy in the spending phase and what you have left in the attack phase.
Huh. Okay.
The game is pretty much split up in three phases. Buying, the elder gods and their bad guys go, and then you attack back, and then you rinse and repeat. However, another difference from a deck building game is usually when you buy a card, you put it into your discard pile.
Right.
And this one, you put it into your hand. The only caveat to that is that you cannot use that card to buy other cards.
Okay.
But you can buy it and then use it in the attack phase.
Cool.
No problem.
That's
or you could, like, for example, there's a card called Body Armor that reduces damage. And you could play that during the buying phase just so you'd have the protection.
Nice. Okay, cool. That does sound interesting, man. Like I said, deck builders are one of my favorite things. I'm a huge fan of things like Star Realms and otherwise. And so as long as they're done very well, I'm interested the whole time.
Yeah, the cool thing about deck builders is as you're building your deck, you're starting to make your character, your person a little more unique as the game goes on. And in the expansion, we've actually built upon that. We've added some elements to the expansion that add to those characteristics. What do you want to fill that in?
Sure. So, but whenever you're buying things, usually cards fall into one of a couple of categories. There's actions, equipment, spells, and locations. I'm not missing anything, am I?
No.
And your starter cards. Your starter cards are called either Sleuth, which give you one Moxie, or Stagger, which does nothing in the original game. In the expansion, however, since Brad happens to have one.
Oh, yeah, he just happens to have one.
Yeah. So the Staggers in the new one, to give them a little bit more of a different type of effect, is they actually will cause damage to you to play them. And I'm sure you're probably thinking to yourself, well, why would I play a card that ever does damage to me? Because there are other cards in the game that will work in tandem with Stagger that actually will make them do something or be worth something.
Okay.
So,
or the bad guys make you play them.
Or the bad guys will make you play them, yes.
Sure.
So there's a couple different scenarios where it could be useful, and obviously it'll be negative in others. So we have equipment, which is like you could have a lawnmower or something like that. We have hedge clippers.
Hey, there you go.
We have hedge clippers.
Edward Scissorhands. I got
actions are more like physical things like punch, kick, stuff like that, and spells are obviously spells.
Oh yeah, there has to be spells.
Yeah, and those usually have negative effects.
Yeah, usually you'll play one. There's a card called Last Stand that gives you, so is it 5 times moxie on everything you play? But it'll pretty much kill your character.
Okay.
And let you go out in a blaze of glory.
Hey, that's what I'm talking about.
That's how
Might as well take everybody out with me.
So in the expansion, one of the things we added was called gear, which is a permanent type of equipment that a character can use to customize themselves.
Okay.
Like it may give you an extra moxie for every card you play, or spells may cost less, or there's a bunch of different effects. There's 17 different types of gear.
Wow.
Another thing we added was an ally card, because the Dunwich horror, the story the game's based off of, had 3 investigators in it: Warren, Rice, Francis, and of course my mind goes blank. I can't remember
because you've gone insane.
Yeah,
just talking about it. It is a Cthulhu game after all.
But the 3 investigators that were in that story are also in the game, and they basically act kind of like similar to a location, but they actually count in the investigator count mechanic in the game, which I know I realized I haven't explained that before. So a lot of the game is balanced around something called IC, which is a little green circle that stands for investigator count. So if we 3 were playing a game, the investigator count would be 3. And anything that has that little icon on it, you adjust the game based on that. So that way the game scales from 1 player to 6.
Gotcha.
And that's pretty much how that works. But if you play an ally card, they actually count towards the investigator count, because usually they do pretty good stuff. Added something called a mythos location, which is 1 out of 11 cards that kind of changes the flavor of each game. But for example, there's 1 investigator or 1 mythos location that immediately calls another elder god into play. You can fight 2 or 3 of them depending on your
I'm really excited to do something like that.
And there's another one that will bring an Excalibur into the game, which is not normally associated with the H.P. Lovecraft mythos.
I'm very happy about that one. I don't care about it being associated or not. Just give me Excalibur or the Master Sword like Legend of Zelda or something.
Unfortunately, that won't be his IP copyrighted.
Too bad. Give them something that looks similar. I don't care. Everybody's doing knockoffs these days.
That's true. Yeah, but an Excalibur is pretty strong. It can I think it can kill any minion instantly.
I would hope so. All the mythos around it.
Some other stuff.
Now, you know, it's funny. I wasn't interested at all before, but when you mention Excalibur, I'm in. No, I'm kidding, man.
I'm in now. The biggest thing about this game is the replayability of it. There's so much content. Obviously I've played this game a lot. I've never had a game in the same way or play out kind of the same way. It's always been a
every game is its own unique experience because of the way the cards are drawn and the randomness and
I love that kind of stuff.
Something also I want to say is we've had people say that this game is a little unbalanced at times, but that was on purpose. That was a design decision.
Oh, well, it's not to say that was unbalanced. It's that it's very chaotic.
Chaotic. I guess that's a better way to.
Because sometimes what's funny is I hear sometimes from people saying, "Oh, the Elder Gods are way too hard," and then 10 minutes later, at a con, I hear somebody, "Oh, the players are way too strong. They shouldn't be able to do that."
Right.
And it really just depends on the way the cards fall. Sometimes you get lucky, sometimes you don't.
Well, that's a lot of card games, though.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just the nature of a lot of games. I mean, when it comes down to it, in a sense, that fits the theme. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's
chaos
the theme.
going on.
That's the theme of Cthulhu is chaos.
Right.
And we wanted to capture that theme. And one of the things that was added to in the expansion, we revised the card templates for all the cards. And we're actually doing a remastered version of the original game as part of the Kickstarter.
Okay, cool.
And it's too bad we don't have the exact same card, but
in the Kickstarter, there'll be actually the first time available the Cthulhu a deck builder game remastered edition, which has all the cards in the new format, and also has corrections, errata, everything baked into it, and new version of the rules and stuff like that. That's all part of it. So.
Nice. Well, great. So anyway, all right. So when it comes down to the Kickstarter, where can people find out about it? And how can they get constant updates?
Yes, we have a launch sign up page where you can go right now and sign up to get email alerts and notifications and all the news that's relevant to Cthulhu, the horror at Dunwich. And it's cthulhu.launchrock.com. You go there, and actually we're running a really good deal right now, because if you sign up, you get a 35% off coupon. Mayor perks up at deals. Y'all hear that? 35% off coupon at the Wyvern Gaming online store.
Sweet.
So you can we have these play mats that are available. That will be.
This is staying with me, guys. You ain't gonna have this going. You got plenty. No, I'm kidding. Very nice. Very nice.
So yeah, if you sign up there, you'll get all the news and information leading up to the campaign. And obviously there'll be some sneak peeks of some things along the way. We have some really fun short stories that are about to come out.
Cool.
Where we'll be sharing all that with the audience.
Nice.
So join the list, and you'll be ready for launch when it hits on October 3rd. Yeah.
So y'all are going to be at Gen Con, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Are you going to have your own booth, or are you with anybody else this year? Or?
We're going to be demoing games in the game room.
Okay.
We have lots of events scheduled right now. You can actually go to Gen Con's website and
Type in Wyvern Gaming
and sign up for.
See all of our stuff.
Yeah, we're going to be playing all of our games that we have. But we'll also be inside the Ninja Division booth.
Right, I remember them, yeah.
Doing regular demos of the game. But if you want to get in on the action and actually sit down and play the game, come look us up in the game room.
You hear that? Everybody's going to Gen Con. Keep in mind, I'm going too, so I might be dropping by their booth for a minute.
If you give me a second, I can tell you exactly where we'll be.
Yeah, hook me up on that booth. So you said October 3rd is the Kickstarter. Is that a pretty hard set date at this point? Or
Yeah,
okay.
That's in stone.
Okay, it's in stone, y'all. So check this out, October 3rd. What's the actual name of the expansion again?
Cthulhu, the Horror in Dunwich.
The horror in Dunwich. If I can horribly speak right now, but okay, so cool. I'm excited to see this thing fun. Like I said, I've had fun with Onami. I've had fun with Short Order Hero. I just haven't gotten into this yet. But
so we'll be in ICC Hall B, Purple 1 and 2. In
Awesome.
case you're looking for us for games.
There you go.
We accept generics.
Okay. So, by the way, I know you're talking about this. Was there anything else you had recently on Kickstarter that you want to bring up?
Yeah, absolutely. We actually just finished a campaign for a product for a game called Sojourn. It's a solo player game. Mm-hmm. So solo games are really popular right now.
Oh, they really are. Nemo's War and otherwise. Yeah.
Well, this one combines solo with time travel.
Okay.
So it's a real fun game. I really enjoy it. And it just wrapped up on Kickstarter. We've got fully funded. We're currently in pre-production. We're doing the art for all the stretch goals that got met. How many stretch goals got met? Like
7, I believe.
7. So we did really well with the campaign. So there's still an opportunity to get in on it.
Sweet.
We're doing currently the pledge manager is up, which is the point where the backers go and they tell us their shipping address and stuff like that. But it's actually open for pre-orders now.
Okay.
So that means you would get in on the original Kickstarter version of the game, and it would be the just the same as if you backed the game.
So is it all just cards?
It's cards. Yeah, absolutely. This is a prototype, so.
Oh, I like this artwork, guys.
Yeah, we got
I'll have to show y'all some overlays here in just a second, but the artwork's pretty nice.
So it comes with dice.
Okay, I like dice.
All right, not these dice.
Oh.
These are pink dice.
Oh, okay.
2 percentile dice, and it's going to come with a meeple and a bunch of wooden resource cubes.
Okay.
But basically the gist of the game is you're a time traveler, and you're traveling through time, and you have this watch that has the power to call up the destination you want to go to. But somewhere during your travels, something broke.
Okay.
And your time fragments got scattered through history.
So your flux capacitor is on your arm, basically.
Yes.
That's awesome.
And you can no longer control the destinations that are coming up. So you have to go from destination to destination trying to find your missing pieces so you can get back home.
Okay, that sounds really cool, actually. You know, it's funny, I'm not a massive solo gamer, I know, and it's an anathema and heresy and all that, but it's funny, games like Nemo's War have really started to interest me, and actually a couple of the times that I've played solo games, like for example Fallen Land, the post-apocalyptic game, that really started making me really like it more and things like that. So I was actually intrigued. I saw this a few months back or several months back when you mentioned it to me, I think. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I was really intrigued by the artwork and the idea, because I'm a huge Quantum Leap fan. Mm-hmm. That's dating us, right? Dating me anyway. Or The Travelers, I think, is that new show that came out, things like that. And I know time travel is a big thing right now. It really is. Like Back to the Future is blowing up again all of a sudden, you know. So, yeah, this kind of game hits a lot of points that it sounds like I would like. Also, before you go, I've got a couple of quick questions for you. Just right off the top of your head, if I was to say, what is your all-time number one favorite game, what would you say?
I actually don't know the answer to that.
Oh,
there's so many that I love. That, well, obviously I have to say, I'm not including my own games, of course.
Sure. Of course not. No.
Yeah, I gotta think on that one. There's just so many options.
You go right ahead if you want to take it.
Mine is, I guess, I'm going to say the Game of Thrones version of Risk.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow. I didn't even expect.
I've got it. Zombie side.
Really? Black Plague or original?
Black Plague's pretty good, and Green Horde.
Green Horde. Okay, so you would say probably the whole swath, really?
Yeah.
Okay, because I know I've actually met some people that they don't like original zombie stuff, but they love Black Plague.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know what it is. I think they had issues with rules and stuff in the first one that they fixed a little bit or streamlined in the next one. So, yeah, I've heard nothing but great stuff about. I played Zombie Side, the original. I have not played Black Plague or Green Horde, so. And you said the other one was Risk, Game of Thrones.
Yeah, the Game of Thrones Risk. I've always loved Risk, and I just and I also love Game of Thrones. So mash them together is like,
yeah. Would you like Game of Thrones Monopoly Edition?
Yeah.
Ooh, man! So you get to lop people's heads off at the table if they. Right. Oh, you made me land on that. You know, so instead of taking rent, you lop their head off. And also, what would you say? Well, actually, I'm sorry. Would you ever say you got so mad enough to flip a table, and what was the situation? Actually, have you flipped a table?
Never flipped a table. Well, not in real life.
Yeah, not in real life, in your mind, though, right?
No, we play virtual tabletop simulator all the time.
Oh, that's awesome.
And there's an option in there to flip the table. You always want to hit that button.
That's awesome, man.
It's nice you hit the little back button and everything goes back to the way it needs to be.
Do you remember the situation that got you that angry to do it or frustrated?
Oh, well, that was just for fun. But I'd say in real life, it's probably when I lost my 9th level fighter dwarf at a con once.
Oh, okay. Yeah. You really built that guy.
It really made me mad.
How about you, Ernie?
I have never been mad enough to flip a table. I don't get mad in general, so.
Yeah, you need to test that sometime.
I've seen him mad.
Oh, okay. All right. No, he just seems so laid back. You know,
it's rare. I generally do not get worked up over much.
Okay. All right. I've definitely had my table flippery moments.
I know your buttons.
My buttons.
Please wait till you leave here. I don't want this table to get damaged. Don't push them. But anyway, guys, thank you again. I hope you really enjoyed the interview. These two guys are awesome just to hang out with and talk to. Anyway, go check them out at Wyvern Gaming and keep an eye on that Kickstarter that's coming up soon and go sign up for it. If you, like I said, get into Cthulhu, this is a deck building game. This is Wyvern Gaming. Thank you so much. This is Phil Loyer and Brad Ellis again. I'm Kaz. You have a blessed day and game away.